Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. I am in London doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant. The title today: Christian life is not always green pastures. Exodus 17 verse 6. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb. And thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. Though the way may be rough, we must exercise implicit faith in the power of the Lord to guide us. The experience of the children of Israel when journeying through the wilderness is a lesson for us on this point. All the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin, according to the commandments of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. He who was enshrouded in the pillar of cloud was leading them, and it was by his express command that they were encamped at this place. The general of the armies of heaven knew of the lack of water at Rephidim, and he brought his people hither to test their faith. But how poorly they proved themselves to be a people whom he could trust. Again and again he had manifested himself to his chosen people. He had slain the firstborn of all families of Egypt to accomplish their deliverance, and had brought them out of the land of their captivity with a high hand. He had fed them with angels' food, and had covenanted to bring them into the promised land. But now, when brought into difficulty, they broke into rebellion, distrusted God, and complained that Moses had brought them and their children out of Egypt only that they might die of thirst in the wilderness. By their murmurings and lack of faith, they dishonored God and placed themselves where they could not appreciate his mercies. Many today think that when they begin their Christian life, they'll find freedom from all want and difficulty. But all who take up their cross to follow Christ come to a Rephidim in their experience. Life is not all made up of green pastures and cooling streams. Disappointment overtakes us, privations come, circumstances occur that bring us into difficult places. As we follow in the narrow way, doing our best as we think, we find that grievous trials come to us. We think that we must have walked by our own wisdom far away from God. Conscience stricken, we reason that if we had walked with God, we would not have suffered so. But of old, the Lord led his people to Rephidim, and he may choose to bring us there also, in order to test our faithfulness and our loyalty to him. In mercy to us, he does not always place us in the easiest places. For if he did, in our self-sufficiency, we would forget that the Lord is our helper in time of necessity. Christian life is not always green pastures. And I was talking about this just the other night, where when people get baptized, and there's a lot of churches that teach once you get baptized, you're saved. And once saved, always saved. No, not at all. Baptism is your public display of that you choose to follow the Christ. That's your public declaration. Going down into the pool is you're burying the old you. And coming up is taking on Christ. Some go through hardship straight away. Others much later on. But as says here, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And God will allow you, as he led the Israelites to this place, Rephidim, he will allow you to be tested and tried. But that, as they say, it will either make you or break you. It'll either grow you stronger, or you'll have to go through it again. And the tests don't stop. If you don't go through this test, it will come again, and it will come again. Unless you give up and turn back, or as they say, backslide. Everyone gets tested. Everyone gets tested. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not a Christian. Everyone gets tested in different ways. Because everyone at some point every single day has to make a choice for good or not good. And that's always a test against our morals, our principles. So, God led the people of Israel to Rephidim to test their faith and their loyalty to him. Bearing in mind, this is also the place where God said, strike the rock once to Moses. And if you know the story already, then you know what happened. If you don't, then I'm sure the next devotion will explain what happens. Have a good night, good day, good afternoon, whatever time it is that you're listening to this now. God bless you.